Choosing and using color will help determine if your artwork looks like an amateur or a professional. Now, I'll admit using color is difficult for me, but I have a few techniques to help me fake it till I make it. Let's get into it. Alright, so we finished the line work, and let's color these guys in. So what I always do is I make a new layer underneath, and as always, I use orange. And I'll go back to my fave brushes, which you can download. I'm going to do Studio Pen number Taper 1. I don't know what that is. I don't know if I named it that. I probably named it that. I don't know what I was doing. It's just a regular brush. It just doesn't have any pressure sensitivity or taper, just so I can kind of color things in. So I'm just gonna block color everything in orange, and then from there I can separate it out and figure out what colors I want to use and all that fun stuff. Another thing that you can do is you can lock the line layer. That way you don't accidentally draw on it. We all hate that. I know I hate that. You know what? We'll do each one separate. Earlier tonight, we were watching Away, a new show on Netflix with what is her name? Hilary Swank. Pretty good so far. It's a little sappy. Sarah loves it. She likes that kind of sappy stuff. I usually don't color in the eyes. I leave the eyes alone. The nose is fine. I'll leave the nose for now. There's a little furry butt. I wish I could just go quicker, but anytime I see the tiniest imperfection, I'm going to leave that one. Just to prove that I'm not completely OCD. Okay, whatever. Alright, so exactly what I don't want to happen. Where is this not closed up? I don't get it. Alright, that's one. We'll do a new layer. And then we'll just color in this guy real quick. I'm not really that great with color. I'm getting better, but I come from a traditional pencil and paper rendering background. I just love like black and white, just pencil and paper. My sketchbooks, I think I might do a video of just going through my old sketchbooks. I still have a bunch of them from college, and we're talking about, that's so long ago. I graduated college I started college in the 1900s. That's crazy. It's really, really crazy. Time goes by so fast. And I went to art school. I went to SVA. So, I've just been drawing ever since I can remember. I hope my head doesn't spill over into the frame. Yeah, but I remember being in college and just spending so much time on drawing. It was really great. I love when I just have a whole load of free time coming up, and I just will think about all the things that I can draw. I can just think about how I can put all that time to good use. Especially now because, work is like non-existent. Well, other than like artwork. And I'm just trying to build my YouTube, and I'd love to be able to just make tutorials. Don't get me wrong. Doing tutorials and all this stuff is not very easy. Seems easy, but it's like the time that goes into like the editing, and then like taking the other little videos, like my intros and outro videos, just making a new layer and gonna color in this guy last. That takes a long time. It takes a long time to export the videos and just to do all the little minute editing. It winds up taking a long time. And the more you do it, the more your standard of quality goes up. So it's like things just have to be more perfect and more perfect. But the one thing that I really like is it kind of forces me to assess things that I don't think about too much. Like even something like this, like I'm literally just coloring in this character, but if you're just using Procreate, or if you're looking for a new method to color things in, then this will help. When I actually first started using Procreate, which is in like maybe like 2016 or something, I watched a couple videos of people coloring things in, and some people like will select, like they'll just take the select tool and select everything, and they'll sort of color it in that way, which I tried. I did it first because I didn't really know any better, but then I quickly realized that I'd much rather just like paint in the lines rather than like, be working with the selection tool. The paint tool is just much more natural for me. Yeah, I can remember some of my projects from college. One drawing was like I think it was like a little elephant on the toilet. Not like going to the bathroom, but just like a little elephant, like if an elephant was a toy, a small toy came to life, and it was just like, I don't know, hanging out in the bathroom. That one sticks out. A lot of my life drawing classes stuck out. Life drawing classes are really, really good. Those are the ones that I remember really excelling my drawing ability. I was really, really shocked. sometimes at that, because it just seemed like I would do those classes every week, and you could just, from the first class to the second class to the third class, you could literally just see the artwork improving. Usually you don't really see it, like it takes a long time, but with life drawing, it was really noticeable. Alright, let's see here. So all these guys are colored in. Let's make them, so they're kind of like this like creamy white color. So let's go with like a warm, sort of almost yellowish. How's this? It's not bad. Let's start with that. I don't know where. Okay, let me make this one first, this one second, just to kind of put it together in my mind. Okay, great. Alright, that guy's first. This guy's second. And this little fur nugget is 4. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this layer. So that's his color. So I'm going to select that. And when you select it, you probably can't see it on camera, but there's all these little, the little lines letting you know that whatever's not in a line is selected. Hopefully that makes sense. You'll know when you select something. You'll be able to see. I'm going to make another layer above that, and still this is selected. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add this gray, and we're just going to color in the top part of his fur. Excuse me, I don't know why my voice is cracking like that. Alright, so it's mostly just the top part of his arms, for sure. I have to figure out what I want to do with his pattern on his head. Let me see, how does this look? Paint that in real quick. Oops. Alright. Alright, so that's gray. I think back here is a little bit gray too. Now that I'm looking at it, it might just be shadows, but I don't know. We're gonna make it gray. And I want it to be a little lighter, actually. Even though we're just kind of just filling it in now, I kind of want it a little lighter. And I'm going to do another layer above that one. So everything is still selected. He's still, his painted figure is still selected, so that's the only thing that I'll be able to paint on. I'm going to use graffiti brush. Graffiti brush is just my fat, regular brush that I use to color stuff in. not a lot of streamline in this brush. That way I have like more control over it. Alright, so he kind of just has, he's actually quite gray all over. So we'll just make him gray. Alright, so it looks something like that. Ears are fairly gray. He has sort of like it's almost like it comes off there. I don't know. So he kind of has almost like tigerish, actually. Actually, I might not even add those. Yeah, I might just leave those off. It's not too bad. Actually kind of like that. I'll give him a little pink nose. I'll do the nose on a layer above. And on that same layer above, I will do some details on his eye. Okay, so they're a little toasted there. So it's almost like a toasted color. So I'm going to try, I'm not sure about it yet, so I'm going to do a layer above and then I'm going to do soft brush. Actually, I'm going to select just this area, this painted face area. I'm going to select that, and then I'm going to do it on the layer above. It's a little too much. So here's a little bit there, and maybe a little bit on his hands. So all I did was select this gray. I selected this color here, which is only that gray, selected that layer, and then went up to this layer. So that way when I add in this little toasted color, it'll only be where his arms are. Like that. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to merge these. Do I want to merge them yet? I just want to figure out if I like this color. I guess it's not bad, but I'm going to do hue saturation and just see how I feel if I want it to be tinted. That's kind of nice because that feels a little lighter. This feels kind of nice. So it's a bit of a lighter gray, so I'm going to color in I'm happy with that. Alright, let me see if I like this toasted color. No. Maybe a little darker. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to take this last color that I used and I want to go a little darker with it. We'll warm it up a little bit. Just a little darker with it, and I'm going to merge all of his gray painted color. I'm going to merge them together, and then I'm just going to do alpha lock on it. And we're just going to color in he's got some bits that are a little darker. So, like around the edges, they're a little darker, so I'm just going to color that in. And he's also got like some darker bits by his nose. I'll even make it a little darker. And he's got some dark bits under his eyes, but I think I'm going to use a different brush. I only wanted to stick to like one brush, but I find it very difficult to do that sometimes. Actually, oh yeah, I have an alpha lock, so we'll make the whole back of his ear dark. It's not bad. I'm going to go back to my soft brush. I don't know why I have that so far down. And I'm just going to shade the back of... Just give him a little bit of shading back there too. Alright, so now for something that I think is a really cool effect that I had to really study some artists to kind of figure out how they were shading in a certain way. So what they do is they'll paint. I first learned it because I saw that people were doing this with shadows. So I'm going to do it on paint. Is I just take the eraser and I just sort of erase away the edge. Let me do this here. So Do that there, and he's got a little bit of little space in the middle here. Ooh, a little too overzealous there. So I'm going to take my smudge, soft brush, and I'm just going to smudge this a little bit. Make sure I'm on the right. Let me undo the alpha lock for the smudge. And I'm going to take my eraser, soft brush, and I'm just going to do the same thing here and just kind of loosen this up a little bit. Not make it such a hard line. That's basically all I'm doing. Did I like it better? Yeah, I kind of like it better with. Yeah, that's nice. That's a good compromise there. Okay, so just gonna color this in here. So ears. It looks pretty good. Alright, so now I'm going to take this layer, which is his whatever you want to call it. Get that nice toasted color again. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to, actually, I don't think I can do that. I can't do that on this layer. So I'm just going to do it right on the painted layer. So I'm going to alpha lock, and then I'm going to I'll give him a little bit here, a little bit there. Just sort of toast him up a little bit. That doesn't sound right, does it? And actually, I'm noticing that his little fingertips are dark. They're actually a dark color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend. Let me erase that. I'm going to take the studio brush again. I'm going to select the color that his paws are. I'm going to extend them down. So I extended them down to the gray layer. Now I'm going to alpha lock the gray layer. I'm going to go back to my dark color, soft brush. Oh, these look terrible. Hold on, let me clean these up. That looks terrible. Wow, I'm on the wrong brush. This is when I start to move really fast, and I have to remember that someone might be watching. So essentially what I'm doing right now is I'm just attempting to clean this up. Like this little mark here, this little mark here. Okay, so now I'm going to alpha lock that, go back to my dark color, choose a soft brush, and since this is alpha locked, I should be able to just make these darker. His little fingertips. Just like I did his nose. Okay, nice. So I'm just going to go back here, and I'm just going to, I'll smudge. I'm just going to smudge up this, this toastedness on his arm. Actually, I'm going to erase it. Make sure I'm on the right layer. Yes, I am. Oh no, I have to be on this layer. That's right. So I'm going to take this color. So since I did this toasted on this layer, I have to go back to this layer and I have to choose the same color, the background color, and that way I can see, I can like, so instead of erasing, I'm just going to paint the original color, and that'll sort of subdue it so it kind of looks like it's under his arm, since it kind of makes it muddy if it's like over his arm. And these need to be lighter too. I'm not really liking those. So I'm going to choose my erase brush, soft, and oops. Let me change the opacity of the eraser and just try to go over them lightly. So just a tiny bit. Alright, good. Now I'm going to, do they have little pink ears? They kind of do. Alright, this is getting really long, so, oops. This is getting really long, so I'm just going to, I want to do one test though. One little test, I know. I just keep going and going and going. I want to test on this layer. If I give him that sort of, let's see. I just want to see what happens if I sort of give him some, like I would do with a human face. Okay, I just wanted to check. We'll color their feet gray. Okay, so I'm going to color in his feet gray. Let me unselect everything. Make sure I'm on the right layer. I'm going to go to the gray layer. I'm going to take alpha lock off. I'm going to raise my brush so it's not opaque. Color in little feeties. And then my favorite part. So I'm going to make a layer underneath all of them because I'm going to have to do all of their eyes. And I'm going to take white. Actually, I should make it a little bit gray. So it's white, but it's really grayish. Maybe I want to do white. Let me do white. Yeah, I'll do white. Alright, I love doing that. And now, black. Graffiti brush, opacity at 30. We'll do opacity at 30. I'll do a nice shadow there. Doesn't really look like a shadow, does it? It is. We'll do a nice shadow there, and then we'll do white. We're going to go up to our nose layer, Alright, so graffiti brush, white, brush opacity is... I didn't even see it. Wait, what am I doing here? Oh, I locked it. You know what? I need to be over the line layer. I need to be over this layer. Oh, that's a little much. Bring it down to 25. 25 looks good. It's my favorite part right here. Jelly beans. Jelly beans. And then, you know what else we're gonna do with the jelly beans? We're gonna go all out on these jelly beans. We are gonna go all out. I'm gonna get Sketchmaster eraser, and then we're gonna go all out. We're gonna make some crazy. I went too crazy. Alright, so we're going to do that there, and then we're going to do another layer above that. We're going to do some hard, super white lines here. And then we are going to take eraser. Let's do inking. Doesn't matter. We can stick with Sketchmaster. And we're gonna do, let's do a line right down the middle. We'll do a line right down the middle, and you know what else we'll do? We'll do smudge. Graffiti brush smudge. Ooh, that's a lot. That's a heavy smudge. That is a heavy smudge. Let's smudge with the soft brush. So I'm gonna do smudge again. Should have waited for this line right here. That's okay. It's not bad. And you know what else we're gonna do? We're gonna take the eraser, bring it all the way up, and then we're gonna back off this white a little bit. So we're just going to erase away a lot of it. I'm happy with that. Let me make this a little bit. And we'll put some, let's put some blue. Let's go crazy. And let's put some blue. We'll really lower the opacity on the blue, and we'll add it in here. Really add some blue in there. And then we'll just throw in some, just for good measure, let's throw in some more. Just throw in some more, like, we'll kind of, let's lighten up a little bit of this, like, let's give some movement back here, since we don't know what's really glistening off of his eyes. So, I'm going to take the layer that I did the whites of his eyes, this layer, and I'm just going to, why not? I'm just going to darken it some more. I alpha locked it so I can't go outside the lines. I'll give him some shadow underneath too. It's not bad, huh? And let's do a little bit of, we'll take this color and we'll sort of go down a little bit. And that's alpha locked. Let's just give him a little bit of, he just needs a little something. So we'll just give him a little bit of, just a little shape. Nice. And we'll do a little tiny bit of, this gray on his little mouth. And then we'll also do a little bit of this white. Really, I'm happy with that. What do you think? What do you think? I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest with you. Let me go back to the gray and just sort of, let me just sort of smudge away a little bit of this. Just give him some, a little something something. Yeah, that's not bad. I'm happy. Let me take Sketch Master and just see. Maybe I need to give him a little bit of just a little something. Do I need it? No, I don't need it. I don't think I need it. I don't think I need it. Or if I do, I'm going to use Sketch Master 2 and make it thicker and less obvious. Yeah, that's the right choice. That's the right choice, Dave. Alright, cool. So, I'm going to take a break because I don't know if you want to sit here while I color in the rest of these two. Granted, given how long that took. But that's pretty much the way I'm going to color the other ones in. So, okay. Thank you so much for watching. Give me a like and a subscribe, and let me know what you thought about this video below. And be sure to check out the next video where I'm going to color in the other two cutie patooties because they need color too. Alright, as always, keep drawing, and I'll catch you in the next video. And action, snail.
Right.
Do you have any talents? Do you know any tricks? Cut. That was disgusting. Alright, now you're just being silly. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. You can't burp when we're filming.
You know you like that.
Oh, it smells bad. Choosing and using colors determines if your art looks like an amateur or professional. Now, I'll admit, using color is hard for me. It's very difficult for me. But I have a few hacks that allow me to fake it till I make it. This is a terrible take. Cut.